Hey, what's up everybody? Sweaty Zeus here with the final episode in the revisit of Sekiro. Now, I did just kind of run through the game. I didn't take my time like I did in the walkthrough. By the way, check the description for that and boss guides if you need any help. But we missed a few things, one of which I've got the Demon of Hatred fight coming up, and I realized I couldn't make the malcontent prosthetic, so I tried to come here earlier and he wasn't here. I don't know why, but I checked again and Cinnamon Warrior was here. So we came back here to do this. Once I noticed the idol won't allow you to warp to it, that's how you know that he repopulated. Anyways, I skipped through that fight. You've seen 3 of them at this point, so. Once you defeat the Cinnamon Warrior the 3rd time, you'll get the malcontent ring, which will allow you to create the malcontent prosthetic at the dilapidated temple. And you may have to do it yourself if the sculptors moved on at that point. For story reasons, I won't go into that anymore, but then we take on the Demon of Hatred. I do think having the malcontent ring isn't a necessity, but it definitely makes this fight go quite a bit easier, because you'll get opportunities to deal tons of damage on him 3 times, and there's 3 phases, so watch out for that kanji. Anytime you see it, it's usually a jump. It always is the first 2 rounds. The 3rd round, there's a sweep attack. It's like a double sweep that he can do. You gotta watch out for. Anytime he jumps up like that, you're gonna want to use Suzaku's Lotus Umbrella, which is the last upgrade in the fireproof one. It will allow you to tank the hit and then deal reverse damage if you hit R1 afterwards. I'm going to watch here, wait until now once all the fire's gone, and then do it. If you do it early, you will take fire damage. There, I fell off the cliff because I was trying to run to avoid those 2 giant sweeping attacks he does. You can block them, but you will take fire damage, so it's really tough to avoid those. One thing I do sometimes is jump to close distance as well, because he has an attack he does where he throws like 3 rocks. Again, you can block it, but you will take chip damage and like fire buildup as well. So there, I jumped over that attack he does, and unfortunately I miss a block on his stomp. There's a sweep again. You want to jump, he sweeps with his claw. Also, I put on most of my consumables in the pause menu just because he will punish you if you're trying to sort through and put them on here. That's the move I was talking about. It's really tough to avoid. If you're close enough to him, if you run straight left and like towards him, you can kind of duck under like the last of the rocks he throws, but otherwise you have to block it or kind of run towards the camera at like 6 o'clock to avoid it. Also, Ministry Dowsing Powder whenever you finish, 1 round with him and are waiting for him to recover. You can't deal damage on him until that big smoke puff appears. After that's when you want to use the malcontent. You can see now he's staggered. I didn't use it the 1st round just because I'll explain later, but the 3rd time you use it, it's very short duration and you can only get like a couple hits in. That there, when he does that big overhead slam, you want to run sideways and jump after it hits in a horizontal direction, and then you'll have an opening for a grapple, which you can do and do a little bit of damage and close the distance. Anytime he does that, you just run in a circular motion. Try not to get caught on anything. That's how you get hit usually. Again, you can block a lot of these, but if you get hit by him, you're going to take damage. A lot of times he'll knock you on your back and then you're set up for more damage, so I'm trying to just avoid them completely. You can see there, I pushed the wrong button for some reason, but I waited and jumped at the last minute. If you jump early at all, you will get hit by that, so I'm getting a little sick, so excuse my voice and presentation here. I thought the big slam was coming, but it was just a smaller one. There's that move. You gotta block it. Use the mortar blade and break his posture. Again, I've got real in-depth breakdowns on all these boss fights linked in the description. There's that other sweep move he does. It's really tough to avoid unless you're on like flat ground. You want to jump the second sweep and then basically need to get outside. There's a ring of fire he'll create, or you can stay inside of it if you're really close to him. But again, I covered all that more. We use the malcontent again. Normally you don't want to use the mortal blade too much because you can see I'm only down to 2 spirit emblems now, and what happens is you'll need to use, see, that's what happens if you get caught up in that attack, is you don't have time to avoid the follow-ups. But if you use the mortal blade too much, you won't have the spirit emblems to use the umbrella when you need to, and he'll do the jump quite a bit, so it's almost better to save it. I just was getting annoyed with him at this point and wanted to finish, so needed to deal some sort of posture damage. So I used the Tonto to go ahead and refill my spirit emblems a little bit. It's almost like a necessity for this fight, otherwise you're just gonna have to, there we get hit trying to jump over his attack, and he does the overhead slam. There's the spin move again. You go under the first swipe and then you jump I think the second and third, but the problem is there's just another regular sweep. The problem is if you're not on flat ground, like I said, it'll hit when it's not supposed to, or sometimes it should be cleared and you'll get hit. So this is a tough fight to do without getting hit multiple times. I tried to do it, you know, for the boss guide videos without getting hit too much, but this is one you just are gonna get hit most likely, unless you're some sort of like challenge runner and you've done it like 1,000 times, but I don't have the patience. There, we finally get knocked down. Again, check the description if you want a full breakdown. I just normally talk during these on the live streams, and this one was edited, like I said, so I just wanted to put in a little bit of commentary. Here's the umbrella again coming out. Again, wait, there. Until all the fire goes away. That attack too, you can dodge. Some people will teach you to do it that way. I find it easier to block because the dodge can be inconsistent. You know, you dodge the wrong direction a little bit. I shouldn't have used the mortal blade there, but again, I was getting tired of him. And we're getting to the end of the fight, I think. You know, he'll pause after this and do a pose, so it's a good time to get in some damage. I think we stagger him here in a second. That was a grab attack he did. And there we go, we finish him. Two indicators, sorry, or the death blow. So watch for the second, otherwise you gotta stagger him again. And that's it. Very nice. Alright, next we got the final time fighting Genichiro and eventually Issin. Now, I already let the cinematic play in the last one, so I'll just, you know, jump through it here and get into the fight. The mortal blade draw he does at the beginning, kind of circle behind the back. Usually you get a big attack off, or string, whatever you want. I actually get messed up here and get kind of sloppy on Issin, because you'll get to the point where, you know, you can get through him without taking any damage usually, and I was just getting a little ahead of myself trying to deal damage Just play defensive and you'll take him down really quick. That's always a thrust. He does do a sweep too here, I think you'll see there. And I missed jumping on him, so. There we go. Super easy. Now it gets much harder. I always say run over here by the bridge. Again, check the description if you want like an in-depth breakdown with slow motion and stuff of the fight. I just was commenting normally during the live stream, so I wanted to comment over this a little bit, keep it consistent. That move he'll just close, so just usually back away. I like Ichimonji double to use against him. You can also use that one you just want to run kind of in a horizontal manner. That one is a grab at the end, I think, or a sweep, sorry. So you just want to back away or jump on the second attack. There, that time we cleared it. Otherwise, it's just kind of learning this pattern. There's a thrust. Carry it. There's a sweep attack. Thrust. I was staggered, unfortunately. And that causes me to take damage and get knocked down. Death blown. Or not death blown, sorry, killed. You can kind of sideways dodge that. There's a good... excuse me, I'm sick. A good showcase of it. About to break his posture here. There we go. Alright, now round 2, he'll bring out his spear and a gun. Big overhead slams. Spear swings are very delayed, and then that one's always, you know, mercuriable. When he does that, you're going to want to run real far away. Now he'll do the gun attack sometimes to close distance. That one we should have mercuried. There it is. It's always like several attacks real quick, so just kind of block, 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 block. That's how you deal with it. Block, 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 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 hits. But they're very rapid, so as long as you tap it. It's really tough to get a heal off with him too. He kind of reads your inputs. He missed me that time. Kind of messed me up. Barely got that block off. Thrust. There we go. His final round's actually really easy. As long as you've got the timing down on those lightning strikes. Now he actually didn't do it very much this time, but normally he'll kind of spam it and it'll make him easy to deal with. I don't know why this time he just didn't use it a lot. I think because of the uneven ground we missed kind of the opportunities at the beginning to hit him with it. There we go. Jump at the end. Basically tank through the lightning as long as you're in the air. There you go. And that'll deal like massive damage and posture damage on him. And it'll make this round go pretty quick. Usually everything else is pretty much the same as the last. It just seems like he does kind of, you know, get a little more aggressive. So. There, we've almost got him. And there he's done. And that's it. Again, we didn't do the more involved ending. I've already beat this game like 10 times, but we were just playing through all the games on stream, so this is a little more of a Just quick run through. We only even had like 8 gourd seeds. I didn't get all the gourd seeds. But yeah, I'll let the rest of this play. And thanks for watching otherwise, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
Wolf, where are you?
I am at your side. Take the dragon tears.
My sworn shinobi. Now. Sever these ties of immortality.
I think it is best that you have this. No doubt, the day will come. When a shinobi arrives, seeking strength,